Are you ready? Because there won't be another day like this. The 7 planets line up in one row. Does it sound grand? Yes. But it is at this moment that another event will unfold in the sky. The new moon. A once-in-a-lifetime coincidence, and its consequences are irreversible. The cosmos forms a new energy wave, triggers a reset point, activates the moment of transformation. What seemed stable yesterday may be shaken. What was hidden will begin to show up. But what does this mean for you? This is not just a unique cosmic phenomenon, but a point of intersection of powerful energies that can become either a catalyst for change or an amplifier of old scenarios. For some, this day will be an opportunity to reach a new level, and for others, it will be the moment when reality begins to crack. But the most important thing is that this is not an accident. When such events happen simultaneously, the universe seems to give a sign. Why is this day so important? How will his energy affect us? And what needs to be done to use it for good? Look carefully. The answer is closer than you think. What will happen on February 28th cannot be called an ordinary event. The coincidence of the new moon and the alignment of the 7 planets is not just a rarity. This is a unique moment in time that will never happen again in our entire lives. When such phenomena occur separately, their influence is already felt at the energy level. But when they match, an effect is created that changes the course of events. It's like a chord in which all the notes sound at once, a powerful resonance that is felt on all levels of reality. Imagine, 7 planets are lined up. Each of them carries its own vibration, its own symbolism, its own role. It is at this moment that the moon, being in its renewal phase, starts the process of energy reboot. Such a combination would have been impossible without precise space calculations. And if someone thinks that this is just an accident, then it's worth considering. Why now? Why during this period? A once-in-a-lifetime coincidence, and its consequences are irreversible. But how rare is this really? The last time the 7 planets parade could be observed was in 2022, but it was not accompanied by a new moon. But when will such a coincidence happen again? The next time it happens is in 2161. Realize what this means. What happens on February 28th will not happen again throughout your life. Moreover, many generations after us will not even see this phenomenon. But this is not just a cosmic spectacle that can be observed in the sky. It's much more than that. People have been paying attention to such events for thousands of years. In ancient times, it was believed that the alignment of the planets was a sign of change. Ancient civilizations built temples in accordance with the movement of the stars, priests predicted the future, and mystics said that such days were transitional points between cycles. The question is, are you ready to hear this signal? The cosmos is never chaotic. Everything in it obeys the laws of rhythm, balance, and synchronicity. If the planets line up in a row, if the new moon coincides with this moment, it means that the energy of the universe is directing us to something important. And now you have a choice. Ignore this event, continuing to follow the usual path, or realize that a moment is opening before you when you can change your reality. This day is not just a rarity, it's a sign. And the question is not whether there will be changes. The question is, are you ready for them? The universe arranges events with impeccable precision. On this day, 2 powerful cosmic phenomena coincide, creating an energy wave that will cover each of us. This is not just an effect that can be measured or seen. It is a vibration that is felt on a subtle level, penetrating into space and creating an invisible but powerful pressure on consciousness and emotions. When the moon disappears from the sky, a new cycle begins. This is the moment of zeroing out, when the old energy is dissolved and the space is filled with pure potential. It was on such days that ancient civilizations performed rituals for renewal, launched new intentions, and searched for signs in the night sky. They knew that this was the point where the past was finally closed and the future became available for formation. During this period, everything that was suppressed comes out, and hidden processes are activated. Sometimes it feels like an inexplicable excitement, a feeling that something important is approaching, but still remains behind the veil. The inner compass begins to work differently. Old habits and reactions may seem alien, and intuition becomes stronger, guiding you to where you haven't looked until recently. But this time it's different. At the moment of the new moon, the 7 planets line up in one line, creating a powerful resonance that changes not only the Earth's energy field, but also our consciousness. At such moments, everything speeds up. Processes that used to take months can happen in days or even hours. This is an energy intersection point where the forces of the universe seem to create a new order. This is not chaos, not an accident. This is the exact rhythm of the universe that permeates everything around, including the Earth and each of us. It is like a mechanism that triggers a chain of events that can no longer be stopped. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Neptune. Each of these planets carries its own vibration, its own meaning. When they combine, the energy is compressed into a single pulse, which seems to trigger a mechanism of change. Saturn is paying the bill for everything that has been done. Jupiter opens up new horizons. Mars gives you the power to move forward. Uranus brings sudden changes. Venus heightens emotions and makes you reconsider your personal values. Mercury activates awareness and truth, and Neptune opens access to the subtle worlds. It is impossible not to feel this alignment. It seems to open up the energy layers, cleansing you of what no longer serves your development. Everything that was previously hidden in the depths of consciousness is beginning to leak out. If lately it seemed that reality was becoming more fluid, more plastic, if events were developing in a strange way, as if guiding you on a new path, this is not an accident. We are inside this phenomenon. The alignment of the 7 planets is not just a beautiful pattern in the night sky. This is a powerful impulse that can either increase chaos or lead to awareness. At such moments, you can feel as if you are between worlds, between what was and what is still being formed. Planets are not just celestial bodies. They create rhythms, interact with the Earth's magnetic field, and form invisible energy flows that affect all living things. This is the music of the universe, sounding in the vibrations of space. When 7 of these forces line up, it creates a wave that accelerates the processes, reveals the truth, and forces you to make a choice. This day can be either a point of growth or a moment when the past begins to remind you of itself. When such a powerful resonance is formed in space, it does not go unnoticed. The energy is already moving, creating a domino effect that affects everything around. It's like a wave rolling in from afar until it reaches its maximum strength. And the closer the moment of alignment is, the more its presence is felt. During such periods, the space seems to come alive. Everything is accelerating. The processes are gaining momentum. Decisions that have been delayed for a long time suddenly require action. The internal tension is growing, as if something inside needs to be released. Such moments are called awakening points because they force a person to look at their life from a different angle. For some, it feels like an epiphany. For others, like the need to change something, reconsider priorities, think about where his path leads. And here it is important to understand that this energy is not neutral. It either provides an opportunity to reach a new level, or it increases chaos if a person resists change. You may have already noticed that familiar things are perceived differently. What seemed certain before now raises questions. There is a feeling that something more is hidden behind the veil of ordinary reality, as if the boundaries are becoming thinner and intuition is becoming sharper. This is not an illusion. This is the result of the energy beginning to affect the subtle levels of perception. When the planets align in one stream, their influence becomes concentrated. Each of them brings its own vibration, its own message. Mars demands action, Saturn insists on responsibility. Jupiter expands consciousness. Neptune erases the boundaries of illusions. And it's all happening at the same time. If a person goes through life on autopilot, without asking himself questions, without listening to his inner voice, he will simply miss this moment, not noticing how the energy of the day will open doors for him. But if there is already a feeling inside that something important is approaching, if you have a desire to go beyond the previous, to see the bigger picture, then you are already feeling the influence of this day. And at this moment, it is important to remember, energy does not come to break, but to wake up. It highlights not only the external circumstances, but also what is happening inside. It shows where there are points of growth, which requires awareness of what it is time to get rid of. This day will be either a push forward or a moment when everything that has been suppressed will come out. Because energy does not tolerate stagnation. It moves, accelerates, cleanses, transforms. How to use the power of this day? The energy of this day doesn't just wash over you like a wave. It offers you an opportunity. This is the moment when space opens up, allowing you to consciously influence your reality. But only to those who are willing to take this chance. Many people go through similar moments without even noticing them. They will wake up, spend the day as usual, and not even feel that a portal of change has been opened in front of them. But those who are willing to interact with this flow will be able to lay the foundation for the future, purify the old, and let something really important into their lives. On such days, it is extremely important to take time for silence and awareness. The world around us is filled with signs, subtle hints that point in the next direction. These may be sudden thoughts, sensations, events that seem to happen by accident, but inside they cause a feeling that they are not for nothing. One of the most effective ways to interact with this energy is to fix your intentions. The ancients knew that a word has power, and a written thought becomes an anchor in the flow of reality. On this day, it is useful to clearly formulate for yourself what you want to leave in the past and what you are ready to attract into the future. Everything that was inside, that was accumulating, that needed to be released, can be expressed. Free up your space and it will be filled with new things. There is one more important thing. Energy moves where attention is directed. If you spend this day in chaos, anxiety, or distraction, your internal attunement will turn out to be weak, and the wave of changes will pass by. But if you focus on harmony, balance, and awareness of your true desires, it will increase many times. It doesn't require complicated rituals. Nature, solitude, a moment of calm before the start of the day. All this creates a space for energy to work. It is also important to remember that during such periods, energy always circulates between us and the world around us. The more we become aware of our connection to everything that is happening around us, the easier it is to accept the signs of the universe. A simple inner state of openness is already the key to resonating with this day. Don't try to control the course of events. Let the energy take its course. This is not a day of struggle, but a day of awareness. The day when you have the power of choice in your hands. Go forward or stay in the past. This day is a moment of strength. He doesn't just come and go, leaving everything in its place. He shakes reality to open the way for those who are ready. Everything that seemed indestructible can change in an instant. Everything that was hidden will come to the surface. But that's exactly the chance. The opportunity to be reborn, to renew, to rebuild your reality consciously. Every intention you have on this day is a seed that will sprout. The only question is what exactly you choose to plant. It's time to raise your head and see. The universe is talking to you. Don't miss this moment. Accept it consciously. Go ahead.